Hey guys, today we are going to be finishing the list of Transformers shows, and just want to quickly go over Transformers Energon and Beast Wars Neo because completely forgot about them in the last video where we were doing the first half. Um, uh, Energon, if you've seen it, you know, poor dialogue, bad fight scenes, bad almost everything. Um, it's if it was a couple of episodes, like 20 episodes, I could have handled it. But 54 episodes, I almost gave up. I almost gave up, and because I knew that it would have been. I knew it was going to be the same. I almost gave up. I almost was like, you know what? I've seen enough of it. Don't need to finish out the show. So, but continued on, continued watching it, finished it. Still, I don't know. And yeah, just everything about it. It is not a very good show. It's not a horrible show. There are much worse shows that you could watch, but it is very horrible. And that took the 14th, no, took the 19th slot. It was not the 14th. It was the 19th slot in between uh, Transformers Earthrise and the Headmasters. So, yeah, wasn't horrible. It was very horrible, but not compared to like Combiner Wars. Then Beast Wars Neo. It was a very it could not it didn't. I watched it after Beast Wars the second, and it's supposed to be like a sequel. Did not live up to those expectations. It just wasn't. It was a little boring, a little bland. Like the plot just was very dry. The ending of the show was very anticlimactic, with like Unicron like possessing like Galvatron's body from Beast Wars the second. Um, it's not a horrible show. It's not like Energon or the other shows that is below it. But it's not the greatest show, and it's not really worth watching because it's not very good, but it's not very good, or very. It's not very good, but it's not very bad. It's just middle of the road, kind of bland, and um, it placed 17th in between the Headmasters and Transformers Cyber Missions. So yeah, just wanted to get those two out of the way because I completely glanced over them, as you probably know, from me telling you. But so yeah, start off with finish. Start off. Next half of the list, and we'll finish it. We're over here because we are looking at RID 2001. And, you know, he is buried back there in front of Magmatron, and I think it's Magmatron, at least that's his Japanese name, and everything else. So I don't want to just pull him out just for this, like, 2-minute segment. Um, so that's RID 2001 Prime. And I love the show. It's fun, it's funny, it's serious at times. The ending is a little meh. The ending's kind of bad. Ending is not very good, but it's a good show altogether. It's a good show. It's not the greatest show. To like, um, I wouldn't say it's a show that you don't really care to watch in order. You just watch it, have fun with it. Just watch whatever episode you like. The Combaticons, not the Combaticons, the Decepticons. They're very funny. The one where Movors in space, that's a very funny one. Skybite, absolutely love Skybite. You know, there's a reason why people love the show and the toys. So yeah, highly recommend that one. And you know, so yeah. Okay, so at number 13, we have Transformers Cyberverse. And Cyberverse is a very nice show. As I said in my RID 2015 segment in the last video about the shows, I thought that they were going to completely ruin this show due to my expectations of that one, but I watched it here I think last year, obviously, um, and I loved it. It was a very nice show. They ran it on just long enough. They shouldn't have kept running it. The episodes, they were about 10 minutes, you know. Uh, it was a very nice show. Just wasn't bad, and it had a lot of not a lot of nice things in it. A lot of like G1 cues, a lot of cues from different universes, different shows, different things like that. And it was very, very neat, very, very cool. And it's probably one of the better shows of the modern era. I haven't seen Earthspark, as I've probably said, so I can't say anything about that. But Cyberverse is still somewhat new, and it's a pretty good show. I think I might have said Cyberverse is at 14, 13, I don't know. But at number 12, we have Beast Machines. Don't have a toy of Beast Machines. Might own one, but I hear the Beast Machine toys are very, very poor. But that doesn't matter. Beast Machines, it was good. Um, it was pretty good. Um, Dialogue is pretty good. Voice acting is obviously really good because all the cast from Beast Wars shows back up. Um, Plot was pretty good. It was a little heavy for looking at it in like a perspective of a young kid. It was, pretty heavy about like society and like bettering your society. A little heavy, but still pretty followable. One of the biggest things, the character designs, not the animation, the designs. The designs, I'm not a big fan of. I wish they stuck a little bit more to what the Beast Wars looked like. The Beast Wars character designs looked like. Not horrible. Not going to throw a fit about it. I'm not going to be like the people that threw a fit about the Bayformers, the Bayverse, and all that. But it was very different to see the character models, character designs in Beast Machines. But overall, other than that, that's really the only thing that I truly have to say about it. But everything else isn't bad. Pretty good show, but it is a little heavy for kids, like, bettering of your society, kind of a little deep. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. At number 12, no, number 11, we have Transformers Zone. The supposed to be very last part of the G1 Japanese continuity. It was good. It's basically a short movie. It's not really a show, but it's classified as a show. Very good. Short. Once again, you can watch it in like an hour. But yeah, it's cool. The bad thing is that they didn't have that many toys to work with. They're like it's just Diatlas, Sonic Bomber, Sky Gary, and like I think like another one like Fire something. I don't know. And then Micromasters, and then the made up Decepticon Generals. Because they had to sell toys still, but there were no toys to sell other than the Micromasters and the Powered Masters. So yeah, that was a little bit of a bummer. The very beginning was very cool with Star Saber, Victory Saber, I should say, like swooping in and saving those people on that planet, and then getting mortally wounded. Very, very cool. But yeah, for a show that's practically 30, 40 minutes, you can't really. It's good for what it is, but if it was drawn out for more than like 30, 40 minutes, it probably would have had to go down. But yeah, still not horrible, but, little, not really iffy, but just a little weird. Super God Master Force. And Super God Master Force, it is, in my personal opinion, it is much better than the Headmasters. Even looking at the Headmasters as the subbed version, the subtitle version, not the dub, what I watched. Super God Master Force is kind of a bit all over the place, but the characters, I love Jinrai. I love Jinrai. I love his character. I love the characters. I love Overlord. Plot, is a little weird, a little different. The fact that no one knows about the Transformers, that's a little weird. And coincidentally, there is a toy a guy that looks like Optimus Prime and no one knows about him, obviously just to sell this toy in a different way. But, I still liked it. I still really liked the show. It was cool. I really love Black Zarak and I love Grand Maximus. Love the recolorings of those toys. I especially, once again, as I said, the character of Jinrai, love it. Yeah, I think it was cool that when Devil Z, I like to say Devil Z because there's a bit more to say, but it's technically Devil Z where I live. Um, is that when he dies in the form when he like possesses Black Zarak, when he dies because of God Jinrai, um, the transtectors become sentient, like God Jinrai or Jinrai, whatever, Lightfoot and the other ones. I don't know their names, but I really thought that was cool. And the Fire Cons appeared. That was cool. Just it was a pretty good show all around. You don't really have to watch it all in order, but I'd say yeah, I don't know. Just it's a very good show to watch. Really nice show. I liked it. A little weird, but I liked it. And there was such a mishmash of stuff. There were pretenders, power masters, headmasters, the fire cons. It was all over the place with showing off the toys of that year. So yeah, they just were like, you know what? We're gonna make a show to showcase all these toys with all these different gimmicks and stuff. So yeah, we'll just make a weirdo, wacky show to show off these toys. So yeah, very much get that feel. So yeah, here we are, G1. G1, obviously, pretty good show. I see it somewhat as middle of the road. Fairly good show. It's not horrible. It's pretty good, not completely good. Um, I grew up watching it. I love the show. I have a lot of nostalgia for it. But I am willing to say that some of the things are not perfect. Specifically, animation errors. Animation errors are definitely the plague of the show, most certainly. I love the fact that the show, you just jump in wherever you are. Don't have to worry about any sort of continuity because it was just all over the place. Didn't matter. Just didn't have to worry about any of the stuff. Love how vast it expanded in the 3 years that 3 to 4 years that the show was running, and it never stopped running till like the late '90s when Beast Wars was on air. But it was so vast, like they explored Cybertron, Unicron, the Quintessons, the origins of the Autobot Decepticon War, the origins of the Cybertronians. They explored everything, and definitely laid the foundations for a lot of things. There are a lot of plot holes, there are a lot of animation errors, but it is a very good show looking at it as a show. That really doesn't make sense. But you can see what made the Transformers successful. Obviously, the Marvel Comics was very successful, but you can definitely see where a lot of the nostalgia for um, the original show comes from. It shows. It's just fun. Everything's fun. You don't have to follow much. You just just gives me the vibes of being in 1984, turning the TV on and just seeing a show, not even worrying about what's going on, and just seeing something fun happen. So yeah, that is definitely the appeal of Cybertron. You don't have to pay too much attention to it. There's no big, vast plot of the entire show. It's just dumb fun, and I like that. Armada. Um, Armada is pretty good. It's much better than Energon. Um, but some of the dialogue is a little wacky and weird, but not horrible, not like Energon. It was a very good starting point. A lot of fans got into this was the other than like RID 2015 and Beast Wars, not 15, 2001 and Beast Wars, Armada really kickstarted the Transformers franchise back up in the 2000s. And it really shows because we're getting Armada toys and Legacy, specifically a new Commander. Um, but I really like I like the show. The fact that the more simplistic, like hunting for minicons, um, it's cool in the sense of like having just sort of like Pokemon, the success of that. I know that's like the whole premise of it. That's what people say for like why it's ruined or like the whole premise of it. but that's how I have to say it, is that it's basically like G1 and a lot of shows that are I've already covered, is that you just jump on when you're a kid and, wherever the episode's at, you just watch it. You don't have to worry about some big thing, this big overarching plot. There obviously is, but that's like the last like 3 episodes. Um, Absolutely love, 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 love. I watched it many a times even before I watched the entire show. The final battle between Galvatron and Optimus. Absolutely loved that. I love the voice acting. I love Thrust. I love the voice acting for Thrust. I love the voice acting for Unicron. I love quite a bit of it. Um, and it's just something, just like a couple of these things on the list, but this is the most notable one, is that I didn't grow up with. I didn't grow up watching it, so it was just definitely a new thing. I knew Armada existed, and a couple of years ago I wanted to watch it, but I never, you know, I never experienced it. And then watching through it, it was a bit more bland than what I initially thought it was, but it's definitely, definitely, definitely one of the better shows. So yeah. Okay, now people are gonna want to put my head on a spike for this, putting Rescue Bots above Armada, um, G1, uh, RID 2001, things like that. People are gonna want me dead for this, but I grew up with, in my later years, even not even like kid. I was younger. I mean, I was young, but I wasn't old when the show came out. I watched it. I loved it. Um, I love, they're brand new characters, except for like Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, all that. Love the fact that Peter Cullen reprised Optimus Prime in the show. I think it's Peter Cullen, if I'm not mistaken. But I love the new characters: Boulder, Blades, Chase, Heatwave. Love the human characters. Love the fact that it's more the pedestrian side of the Autobots. Sort of like um, sort of like the blue collar workers of the Autobot ranks, like the technicians, the lifesavers. Not everyone is fighting in the war. Sort of like how real military works. There are people fighting on the front when there are people also helping civilians, and technicians fixing people. It's more in depth in that sort of sense, and I just like it. I love the voice acting, love the dialogue, and it's not that like kiddish. It doesn't like dumb things down for kids. It doesn't hurt that much for kids. Like, it's still something that you can enjoy as an adult. And they sold a bunch of toys, and it is actually, I think, the longest running Transformers show, against uh even against G1. Obviously not toy line wise, but longest running show. That has to say something. That people and kids were still watching this show years past it came out. It had only been taken off of Netflix, I think like 1 or 2 years ago, and it started. Let's see if I can find a date on this. Probably not. I don't know. But still, for many, many years, it had been on Netflix, and that has to show it. It's a good show. Everyone likes the show. Kids like the show. It's nostalgic for me. You know, it's a just plain good show. Okay, Transformers Prime. Couldn't get him to stand. I'll get to reviewing this mold sometime in the future. I own the Prime version, and I own the Premium Ultra Magnus version. So I will review this mold someday, but not today. Won't stand. So yes, he's sitting. Transformers Prime, once again, has been on Netflix for years. I think it still might be on Netflix. I'm fairly nostalgic for it. And my mom loves it. It's my mom's favorite show in the franchise. When she grew up with she grew up watching G1, so yeah, she loves it more than G1. Um, just it. Everyone loves this show. Every person loves this show, And if there isn't someone that loves the show, they at least like it. And there's probably no one in the world that hates it. So yeah, that has to say something. Me personally, it takes number 6. Just the next 5 are next 5. It was very close. It was a complete like match. Like it was like I don't know how to describe it, but I don't really have too much to say for this. Just listen to anyone who likes this. Just look at the numbers, people. The ones that everyone loves is G1 and Prime. Don't have to go into a big segment talking about this, talking about the show. Everyone loves it. I like it. So yeah. Here we are at the top 5. And at the 5th spot, we have one of the holy trinities of my childhood when it comes to the Transformer shows. Cybertron. Cybertron is awesome. The toy line is awesome. The show was awesome. Everything about Cybertron is awesome. Everything about it. They blended story. It's different from it creates a lot of plot holes after it creates an awful lot of plot holes when it comes to tying it together with Energon, but that doesn't matter. As a show, the voice acting is superb. The character designs are awesome. The dialogue is awesome. Everything about it. The setting. They knew that this show was. They wanted this to be the last show. Obviously, it was going to be the last show, and they wanted to knock it out of the park. They wanted to knock the ball so far that it would wrap back around into the stadium. And they did it. They made an awesome show. They made an awesome toy line. Just the only thing that I have to gripe about is that they left it on a cliffhanger, I'd say, of them leaving and of all the Autobots, Decepticons, Velocitronians, Gigantians, Jungle Planetians, I don't know, splitting up all over the place to complete the space bridge that their ancestors worked on. Finish the story, please! I know there's probably a comic out there that explains it, but I want the rest of the show to finish it off. Obviously, it was already very satisfying finishing the show like that, destroying the black hole and crushing Galvatron. All that. It's still awesome. The ending is superb. But just finish it. I really want it to be finished. And once again, new toys, please. We got one. Hopefully we can get another. Number 4, I don't have a physical representation. It's Beast Wars the Second. And of all the things, you're probably wondering, Beast Wars the Second, come on. Beast Wars the Second, I love. I showed a couple of episodes to my mom. She loved them. I love it. The show's just funny. Everything's funny about it. Just watch it. You'll have fun with it. That's the whole point of the show, is just to have fun with it. It was meant for kids, and you could tell that the people that wrote the show, everything about the show, just wanted to have fun. They wanted to give the kids a laugh. They didn't want some gritty war thing or in-depth plot. They just wanted to make a really super fun show, and that's what I love about it. Every time I show my mom the I can't remember what the episode is, but it's where the Joynatrons capture Scylla. No, the Joynatrons invite Thrust and Dirge into like the Maximal base. And it is just wild. My mom, she laughs nearly every time because it's just so dumb. And it's funny. It's an awesome show. The ending is a little... the last couple of episodes are a little out there, but either way. For basically 30 episodes, all of it is nearly good. So yeah. Takes number 4. Number 3, I don't have a physical representation, I think. But number 3 is very similar to Prime in the sense that everyone loves it. It's animated. Everyone loves animated, and I love it. I haven't seen the entire show. I've seen most of it. Voice acting, character designs. Character designs are actually really good. dialogue, fights, everything about it is awesome. The reimaginings, the Easter eggs slash references like the G1 and other things. I love it. I love uh animated. Um I think of like G1 Prime and animated is easily on top. Just you could tell that the writers and everyone were like, we need to make something completely different, but we need to keep it familiar, like adding in all the G1 references, like the Metroplex and Fortress Maximus, like uh, cities. Awesome, love it, love everything about animated. Just the fact that everyone else has said the exact same thing, just like Prime, is that if you know someone that likes animated, you've probably heard quite a bit about. Number two, Transformers Victory. I It is an awesome show in the entirety of G1, excluding the Beast Wars parts, but the G1 Japanese G1 continuity, it is the best. It is the most awesome. It is the coolest, grittiest. Everything about it is awesome. Um, Everything about Victory is awesome. Voice acting, I don't really care about the voice acting. I can't, voice acting, I guess dialogue, I don't speak Japanese. Um, I remember I was in school and I watched the show, uh, no headphones in, just hit mute, would read it. And if a teacher came over, I'd be like, well, I'm reading, but I'm really watching a show. But it was an awesome show. Love the ending, love the toys, love everything about Victory. Every little bit about Victory. It is the show that of all the shows that you should watch, you need to watch Victory. It's on YouTube. Get on there, watch a couple of episodes. It is the most awesome show, except number one. Obviously, I don't have. Oh wait, I do have one of the main ones. Just I thought I might bring out Scarab. Scarab, don't know his name. I think it's Scarab. And if you don't know where he comes from, it's Beast Wars. Beast Wars is the ultimate show. The greatest show to have ever blessed the Transformers community of the ones that I've seen. It is the greatest, the best. It completely saved the franchise. And it's awesome. They knew that they wanted to make a good toy line, a good show. Everything about Beast Wars was going to be awesome. And I don't like it when people are like, oh, G1's better. Literally, Beast Wars is attached and builds upon G1. Why do you think Why do you think Optimus Primal became Optimal Optimus? He saved Optimus Prime's life. Literally everything about Beast Wars is built upon the things of G1. Everything about Beast Wars is awesome. Just like Victory, watch Beast Wars. Everything about it. Especially Code of Hero. I love Dinobot. Dinobot's my favorite character, and Code of Hero was a perfect episode for him. Um, uh, Dang it, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, when I was young, I only had the season 1 disc set, and it has been years since I could see season 2 and 3, and I watched the entire thing in a couple of days because I loved it that much, and I still love it that much. Beast Wars takes number 1. End of story. Do not harass me. It is the right answer.